Hildegard felt this plant, she used it basically as a tonic. She thought you should drink a liter a day. In some texts I read that she felt that it would changed your DNA, which I thought, well, they probably didn't have that term DNA back then, so she would have said something maybe like cell structure. And she worked a lot with the herbs trying to clear the mind. So she'll talk a lot about how it will clear the mind and rebuild the body. So if you had anything degenerative, you would want to drink this all day long. And of the leaf, the seed, she mainly talked about the leaf in a tea daily, and the seed when you needed something stronger. So
is that what they have in Indian restaurants in the bowl for you to eat after a meal? Is that fennel seed?
Yes. What else can I say about this one? So I would imagine she had large amounts of this growing. And
It's pretty.
And will this reseed itself?
this is an perennial. And
It dies back and comes back.
It grows, recedes, like spreads.
Well, the roots, are there, and then comes back in the spring, and then
Some people might
This
call
is
it an
new growth,
invasive
like a-
species,
Yeah, they would? Okay.
yeah,
depending on the climate.
which a lot of the plants in this garden are invasive species in some people's mind. I mean, you can see it's growing over there,
Sure.
and I think I have one growing over there.
because the seeds fall and then
Yes.
just
Okay.
And I imagine birds and students grab things and they spread everywhere. So,
wind and the wind.
yeah, the wind. So, let's see. I guess that's all I have on this plant, except that she did feel it was fairly neutral. I guess I need to talk a little bit more about, the hot, dry, moist. So she looked at plants as, for medicine, more in the neutral sense. She thought if they were too hot, that would actually harm the body. So it's a very interesting approach because we see other herbalists who want that fire to stimulate the fire in the body, and she was more into neutralizing and cooling and thinning the phlegm in the body, the mucus in the body.
Something like alkalizing?
Yes.
Maybe?
Yes, it's amazing how you can, it's like the knowledge just keeps getting recycled and given new terms
Yes.
and growing. I mean, we obviously are at a stage where we're taking, in today's herbal world and natural world, where we're mixing science again with the herbs. So it's, to me, they're kind of coming back together, and we're learning so much more. But the themes are there. They're the same. History can tell us so much, and that's why I like working with her old herbalists, because they use their intuitiveness rather than microscope and testing. They had more of a hands-on approach to the herbs. Not that I'm a total scientist and I spend many hours in the lab, but it's still nice to know that it's just being reinterpreted.
Was she known as a healer, or did she heal people?
Yeah, she was a healer. People would come to her. So her goal was to make the theme of monasteries was to the public. They provided service to their community, so people could come there and be healed. And her interpretation usually was some sort of behavior. She would use divination work with stones to try and figure out what type of behavior, where that influence was coming from, and then trying to help strengthen the brain and the soul and the eyes.